Hello! Welcome back, Steve's Retirement Corner. The 4 A's of retirement: adapt, adjust, accept, and avoid. Hey man, I don't know whether this is a thing or not. I thought about it when I was coming home from a little lady across town's house Saturday morning. But you know, I've been fortunate over the years to know quite a few uh, what I call professional retirees, and every one of them that had a decent retirement were able to do those four things. You know, the ones that weren't able to do them, I mean, they still had okay retirement, but it wasn't. It was a little rougher on them. You know what I mean? I've been very fortunate over the years, man. I've known a lot of people like that. You know, most people are lucky to have one or two uh, role models or mentors. You know, and I kind of feel like I've had dozens of them. You know, so I mean, and I learned a little bit from each one of them. Somehow, I paid enough attention to pick up a little bit here and a little bit there. But them first two, the adjusting and adapting, it's they kind of go together, and it's stuff we've done all our lives. You know, it, it it's it's become part of who we are, and it's just natural. We don't even realize we're doing it, and it don't hold true just for your money either, man. You know, everybody goes through a tight. I don't care who you are, whether it's self-imposed or it's just life happening to you. At some point, man, you had to adapt to uh, things not being normal to you anymore. Whether you was laid off or whether you got a pay cut or whatever it was, you had to adapt to it and adjust your spending accordingly. You had to tighten the belt a little bit. It just happens, but it goes for everything, man. What got me thinking about it was my little lady across town was saying that using a weed eater now is starting to hurt her back a little bit, and it's because she's using a gas weed eater. It's a gas weed eater's heavy, man, especially when you're yeah, you've been retired for a few years. You know what I mean? So she's going to switch to the electric one, a little bit lighter on her. She adapted to the situation at hand and adjusted to meet her needs. It's no different than me. October every year, I'm working on what I call winter hours now. Starting October is usually when I start shifting over. Instead of getting out and getting my day started at 7 or 8 in the morning, I push it back to 9 or 10, so I give it time for the sun to come up and everything. We do it for everything automatically, and you don't even realize it. It's because you've done it for so long. And it's as far as the accept and avoid, or you can switch out quit in that too if you want, or stop doing. I went with accept because it went with the title of the video, or I went with avoid because it went with the title of the video. I mean, hey man, we all think we can do everything right on, but eventually, Father Time catches up with us all. At some point, we have to accept and avoid doing things we ought not to be doing no more. It's like for cleaning them leaves out my gutter. Hey man, I can do it, but at this point, it's not really a smart idea. So I'm avoiding it now. Whether I get somebody to put some gutter guards up there, or whether I pay somebody to come do it, Steve's not going to do it no more. I'm going to do it this fall, but come next year, I ain't doing it in the spring or again. It's like driving. My little lady over here, her husband is, he's not able to drive now. He still had his license up to like August or something, but he hadn't drove in 4 or 5 years. You know, he accepted the fact that, hey man, it's not smart for me to get out there on the highway no more. You know, so he hadn't drove, but he wanted to go. He still wanted to go down and try to get his license. It was something he'd always had. So, but I think it was something that was closed the day he went, and he never decided to go back. But she was all worried. What's she gonna do if he happens to get him? I said, man, you ain't got to worry. I said, they ain't gonna allow him to be on the road. They just ain't. You know, he's, you know, it's something that's hard to do because as we're younger and we're able to do just about everything, we don't have to do that. It's something that comes naturally as we get older. Stuff gets harder. Our bodies just don't work like they should, you know. And I think that one's extremely important, you know, before you retire. Well, you can say what you want, man. Once you hit a certain age, man, you start slipping just a touch. You know, it's like they say about them most sports players, you know, that are hanging in there towards the end of their career. They always say that they've lost a step, you know. And that's what happens. Even for a finely tuned athlete like that, there's no way it's not going to happen to me. You know. But the ones that ain't able to do that, you know, it's a little harder for them to in retirement. It's a little rougher on them. The ones I've seen, man, and I've known dozens and dozens of them. And it seems to be a common theme that runs through them all. They were able to do all four of those. I don't know, man. It's just something I pulled out of the blue. But I found I do a lot of that. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm counting on that. The first two. Oh, adapting and adjusting. But I don't know, man. But hey, man, I want to thank everybody that showed up on that live the other night, man. Anybody that missed it, don't worry. I'm going to try to do one every third Thursday of the month. But y'all should have been there on that one. There'll never be another live like that one ever again. That was a one-time deal. Somehow what happened was my daggone camera come unplugged. I have to use a laptop when I do them lives. And I got a, you know, it's better than 10 years now, 10-year-old Chromebook, and the camera on it don't work no more, so I had to get one to plug in to right on top there. And somehow that come unplugged, and when that does, it shuts everything off, because I plugged it back in, but it never come back up. But I could see everybody's comments. Should have paid his cable bill or whatever it was, his internet bill and stuff, and I was answering, but evidently nobody could hear me, and it shut off. But it was a lot of fun. I even typed in, hey man, wouldn't have to shut it down, something went wrong. But anyways, man, y'all take care of yourselves, man. Y'all enjoy your rest of your week the best you can, and we'll talk to y'all later.